South Korea history is a tapestry woven with threads of ancient kingdoms, such as Goguryeo and Silla, facing invasion from neighboring powers. Fast forward to the Joseon dynasty, a period of cultural flourishing, and later the challenges of Japanese occupation in the early 20th century. Today, South Korea boasts a vibrant demography blending the traditional and the modern. Its population, tech-savvy and diverse, embraces a unique fusion of ancient customs and cutting-edge innovations. In the realm of politics, South Korea embraces a presidential system fervently committed to democracy.
저는 오늘 Batrisyia.
안녕하세요. 저는 Imtiyaz 왜요?
안녕하세요. 저는 Khaireen Nur Emylia. 안녕하세요. 저는 Ismah Diyanah.
안녕하세요. 저는 Azureen.
안녕하세요. 저는 Zoriati.
Let's get to know the Fonts Trompenaars 7 culture dimension.
Universalism refers to the culture that applies rules, standards, and principles consistently to everyone. In this culture, there is a strong belief in applying consistent rules and treating everyone equally, irrespective of personal relationship. Meanwhile, the particularism involves a more flexible approach, taking into account specific circumstances and relationships. These particularism cultures value personal connections, and decisions may be influenced by relationships or other contextual factors. South Korea is often considered a mix of both universalistic and particularistic cultural traits. While there are universal principles and rules in place, especially in modern institutions, personal relationships also play a significant role in decision-making and social interaction.
Individualism is a culture orientation that places strong emphasis on individual rights, personal autonomy, and self-expression. Personal accomplishments are highly valued and individuals are encouraged to pursue their expression independently. In individualistic societies, there is a focus on personal achievement and freedom. Collectivism, in contrast, is a cultural mindset that prioritizes the well-being of the community over individual interests. In collectivist culture, harmony within the group is often considered essential for societal balance and success. Korea is associated with collectivist culture with the prioritize on the societal bonds and group harmony. This can be observed in the importance placed on teamwork and a strong work ethic in professional settings. While there is a growing influence on individualistic values, particularly among the younger generation, the broader cultural context in South Korea remains rooted in collectivist traditions.
Emotional people let their feelings guide them, considering emotion when making decisions. Expressive and enthusiastic, they value personal connection and relationship. In their communication, you might notice more emotion on the surface as they express themselves with energy and warmth. On the other hand, people who are neutral approach things with a sense of calmness, focusing on facts, figures, and logic. They prefer making decisions based on clear information rather than being strongly guided by emotion. When communicating, they tend to be straightforward and may not show a lot of external emotions. In South Korean culture, being neutral is a bit like this. South Koreans often value self-reliance and independence.
In the specific diffuse dimension, the questions revolve around how people prefer to organize their social life. Specifically, oriented culture prefer to keep work and personal life separate, while diffuse-oriented cultures tend to integrate work and personal life more closely. As for the South Korea, is generally considered to be a specific-oriented culture. In South Korean society, there is often a clear distinction between work and personal life, with a strong emphasis on professionalism and hierarchy in the workplace. Personal relationship and connection are still important, but they may not be as integrated into the work environment as in diffuse-oriented culture. But we need to keep in mind that the cultural norms can be vary among the individuals and they may be the exceptions to this generalization.
uses ascription. It is referring to how individuals are recognized and rewarded in the workplace. Ascription-oriented culture places importance on inherent attributes such as age, status, or social connections. Individuals may be valued for who they are, as in this scenario, the candidate is being hired because of the social connections. In an achievement-oriented culture, individuals are valued based on accomplishments, skills, and performance. In this context, South Korea generally has an achievement-oriented work culture, emphasizing hard work, dedication, and results. Rewards and recognition will be given to individuals based on their work performance rather than based on their background or social status.
Hi, so now is the time Trompenaars 7 culture. I'm Zoriati.
Oh, hi, Ate. Thanks for meeting me. I know the time is not right. Hi, but it's fine. The time is quite early. Punctuality is fine.
Here, as we can see, Trompenaars time dimension explore the way different culture approach time. In South Korea, punctuality is highly valued and reflecting a monochronic time orientation. Next is the environment of font Trompenaars 7 culture dimension. On the environment aspect, it delves into how culture perceive their environment, whether as something to be subdued, which is inner directed, or harmonized with, which is outer directed. For example, in South Korea, there is often an inner directed approach, valuing order and control. However, when it comes to a meeting for sharing the idea with the board, and the consensus driven nature reflects an outer directed aspect, and the mixing of ideas underscore the collaborative effort among the group. It also helps set a decision making in this meeting.
Doing business in South Korea requires an understanding of the country's culture, business ethics, and guidelines. Therefore, we have recognized 4 important aspects to focus on. Firstly, hierarchy and respect. In South Korea, hierarchical structures dominate both social and business contexts. Demonstrating respect for authority, age, and position is crucial. Adhering to proper ethics and showing deference to seniority foster positive relationships and facilitate smoother business interactions. Secondly, relationship building. South Korean business culture places a strong emphasis on relationship building, known as kwansi. Successful business dealing often hinge on cultivating personal connections and building trust take time. Investing in activities that foster mutual understanding and trust is essential for long-term success in the Korean market. Thirdly, communication style. South Korean communication is indirect, relying on non-verbal cues. Reading between the lines is key to understand the full context of conversation. The use of formal language and titles is common, emphasizing the importance of politeness and professionalism in the business interaction. Lastly, business meetings and negotiation in South Korea require a thorough preparation and patience. Well-researched proposals showcase commitment, and negotiation may take time. The exchange of business cards is a formal and significant ritual reflecting respect and attention to detail. Adapting to these practices contributes to successful business interaction in the South Korean context.
Thank you for staying until the end of the topic.
That's all from us.